Welcome back to Clean with Kate. Well, it's Friday evening and I want to finish the rest of my Freshen Up Friday. So I've got Henry Extra Large out, I've got my mop bucket out. I could do with a glass of water actually, I'm really thirsty. Just going to quickly grab a glass of water. As you probably, if you watched the early video, I did some of my Freshen Up Friday this morning, but I didn't get it finished. So here we go. Oh, I need to get a timer to keep me focused. I'm going to go with the black timer. Let's reset it. Oh, somebody was asking me a question. I think it was Daniel about my mats. Anyway, I knew I still had the label on one. I need to deal with this one. This is it. It's what are they called? My stain-resistant washable rug. I think the brand is My. If anyone is interested. Oh, there, that's better. So we bought these at a local garden centre, and they're really good. These mats. They're really good if you've got puppies or lots of in and out of the house. We're really impressed with them and they wash well. Right, let me reset that. Okay, I'm going to put it on for 10 minutes. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I still haven't dealt with all of this laundry, so I'm going to finish dealing with the laundry. So let's take, hope you can see what I'm doing. Let's set the timer. Let me just make sure I'm actually recording. Yes, thank goodness for that. I am using a different camera today because my other camera has no charge left on it. So we're going, I do alternate between the two of them. So the first thing I need to do is deal with this enormous sofa throw, which might be quite a challenge with a camera on, or rather a phone harness on. Anyway, how's your Friday been? What have you been up to? Have you got much done today? Oh. Golly, I'm starting to flag. It's been quite a long day today because I've been up since fairly early this morning. I think I got up about 5 a.m. Golly, these throws are just huge. I'm just worried I'm going to get them dirty again. Right, they need to go over to the barn because I want to try them as sofa throws in the barn for the time being. Because we've got some quite pale coloured sofas and I'm worried that the puppies are going to jump up on them and dirty them. Whoops. Right, one area down. That's a start. Oh, God, this is quite physical. It's very warm in here tonight. The heating's been on all day. It's underfloor heating. I love underfloor heating. So it keeps it a sort of constant temperature and the fire is lit. But the trouble is, it is quite warm when you were doing something physical. Right, this one needs to go back to the cottage. This is one of the cottage throws off her bed. Golly, this is proving more of a challenge than I thought. They've been on these areas since Wednesday, I think I washed them. So they're definitely ready to come off. So this one needs to go somewhere else, ready to go back to the cottage. Golly, I hope you can see what I'm doing. Maybe I should have used the tripod. You know, my husband's bought me a tripod, or rather I found a tripod where I was having a declutter with my daughter in her bedroom, and we found a tripod that she used to use when she was really into photography. She did photography A-level, and she was really keen, but she had a tripod. And I said to her, oh, I could do with a tripod. Could I have this one? And she said yes, but then we realised it was made in the days when people weren't using phones to video so much. And so it needed a phone attachment, which we've bought. My husband's bought me one. I think he bought it on Amazon for an iPhone. And he's set it up for me. So I should be able to do a bit more videoing with the tripod because I won't need to borrow my husband's anymore. So I'm really pleased with that. I've yet to try it. He only got the attachment for it today. It was delivered. Right, oh golly, we're nearly there. Last one. Golly, the kitchen will look so much better though. I don't want to go into the weekend with these enormous throws cluttering up my kitchen. Oh my goodness. Come on. Oh golly, this is so physical. I wonder if it's just because I'm getting tired. I don't think I should have done it this morning. I don't know why I didn't. I got distracted. I started to do some work as well. I got distracted by work. Right. And puppies and life. Good. These throws are absolutely enormous. They go on a really quite big sofa. I'm just hoping that they will keep my grey sofas covered until we've got the puppies trained not to jump up on the sofas. Right. Colin, whoops. I'm just going to leave those there for now. Before I'm going to take them across to the barn later, but I just want to get this housework finished. Mike is puppy sitting for me. So it's an opportunity to get something done without having to constantly watch the puppies. Let's pop my areas away. All stacked, ready for the next load. Right, and Henry Extra Large is in the building. I managed to find him. My husband had nabbed him, but he's back where he belongs. I think he decided it was his for Henry Extra Large, but anyway, that's another story. Okay, let's get going. You may want to turn your volume down. Henry Extra Large is noisier than Hetty. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Not too bad, but I have got noise cancelling headphones in, so maybe it's not as bad for me. You'll have to let me know if it's too noisy. Or we might have to go back to Hetty when I'm videoing. I'm hoping that Henry Extra Large will make the job easier. Oh my goodness, just spotted a load of dog hair. After I've done this, I think I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to reward myself with probably a gin and tonic, because I haven't had any alcohol this week. Because I've been doing a keto diet since Monday to try and drop some weight. I haven't had any alcohol whatsoever, which is it's quite an achievement at the moment. I'm using an app. I think I'm using an NHS app actually, which tracks your drink-free days, which is really, really motivating. Because I found that since we've had the puppies, my alcohol consumption has increased. So I just decided I wanted to stop a little bit, reduce it. I think it would become a habit, and I wanted to break the habit. And so I'm just going to have a drink on certain days of the week, and Friday might be one of them, or I might just keep going with it. I'll see how I feel after I've done the vacuuming, but right now it seems like a nice reward for doing the vacuuming. But you know what, I can make myself a mocktail or just have a glass of water. I think the hot tub is reward in itself. For this beautiful evening, it's really clear skies, it's really cold, so I think it'll be a nice evening for a hot tub. Do you have any Friday evening sort of routines or rituals to sort of start the weekend off? Yeah, I don't normally do my Freshen Up Friday in the evening, but it was just a busy day today and I didn't manage to fit it in during the day. I got some of it done, but not all of it. And so it's either do it tonight or do it tomorrow. And I've got lots of stuff to do. I want to do tomorrow. I want to have some fun. I want to have a family fun day. And my little puppy family. Vacuuming these mats is a bit of a challenge. Also, getting the head off this vacuum is a bit of a challenge. I think I'll have to go and get the other tool to do that. Anyway, I think I'm getting slower and slower as I'm going on. I need to check my timer. But do you know what? I haven't had a full 10 minutes for this because I didn't set it. I did laundry as well, so actually I'd probably give myself an extra 10 minutes for this. Quite a lot of the 10 minutes was used up doing the throws, wasn't it? Oh, I'll have to try not to hit the camera. I'm vacuuming up a bit of gravel here. The puppies dragged the gravel in from the yard. Oh golly, lots of dog hair back here. But you know what? I'm not going into the corners today. I don't think... Oh, I might just get that bit. Come on, Henry. Interesting to see if Henry's table stretches all the way around this barn. Oh no, I need to go back and switch the timer off. Should have brought it with me really. Right, this Henry only has 2 settings. I'm used to Hetty and the other Henry which have 2 settings, sort of low and high power. But this one only has 1 setting, which is a bit unusual. I feel like he could do with a high power setting. I don't know if it's just me with having the headphones in, but he just seems a little underpowered to me. I probably need to water the houseplants tonight and have a bit of a declutter. I think some of the orchids are past their best. And now I need to go into my little plant nursery. Right, okay, I'm going this way now. And then after I've vacuumed, I'm going to mop the high traffic areas in the barn. Oh, the lighting's not as good at this end. That's why I prefer to do this in the day if possible. Because the light is so much better, so you can see what you're doing. The cable's stretching very well. I'm very pleased with the cable, I must admit. Just a really quick vacuum in there to get any bits up. Right. Let's see, how much cable have I got left? I may have to go back on myself. This is one of the high traffic areas and this bit of the floor always needs attention. You can see it's going to need a good mop. It's looking quite dirty in here because there's so much, it's getting quite muddy out and there's a lot of inning and outing. Right, I don't think the cable will stretch quite as far as I'm hoping. I'm going to have to go back on myself, I think. Get some of that debris up. Right, let's get behind the door now. I'm doing all right. We're getting there. How do I switch this light on? Come on. Uh-oh. Is that the time again, or am I imagining it? Henry's a bit too powerful for these mats, I think. He's going to end up sticking to them, I think. Alright, maybe I can do it with this. Oh, this entrance hall always needs vacuuming. There's always so much stuff in it on the floor in here. And all the shoes have been dumped. Can't just blame everybody else, they're my shoes as well. gravel going up the vacuum. Oh my goodness, and another one. Just going to get this bit of fluff up. Maybe I'll put some lights on. Put some shoes away. Tidy up the shoes a little bit, make it a bit more presentable. That's better. Oh, I think Henry's not coming any further. So if I want to do this room, I'm going to have to unplug him. Right. Okay, let's see where we're at. I don't think the time's gone yet, so I may be able to do a little bit more. But I have to move the plug. Is it going to be worth it, or shall I just call it quits? No, I've got 5 minutes left. It's amazing, isn't it, how much you can get done when you focus. Vacuuming this floor always seems like such an enormous task, because it is an enormous room. Mopping it even more so. Usually what happens is I vacuum and my husband mops, which is really nice, but he's puppy sitting tonight, so it looks like it's on me. It just rolls with this table in. Oops. So not tripping over it. It's quite a long cable on this vacuum. Right, when are we going to plug you in? Oh golly, I was going to plug there. Might have to go around the corner because I don't want to take the Wi-Fi plugs out. Oh, what is that on the floor? My husband's hat. Right. Okay. Keep going. I think I should probably set a timer on this because I don't think I'm going to hear that timer. Give myself another 3 minutes on this one. That'll probably give me time to put the vacuum away. I haven't switched on the wall. I'm not sure where I'm going to keep this vacuum. It has been living in the barn, the other barn, in a cupboard, but it's been living in an electrical cupboard, which isn't ideal. Kind of need to find a home for it. It's very big. It does take up a fair bit of space. Might have to a swap around. Maybe Hetty could go and live in the barn. And because we need to be able to take it up and downstairs in the barn. This is a very heavy vacuum cleaner. I don't particularly want to be taking it up and downstairs. I think it would be better for the ground floor of the main house, which is really big. And I don't ever take the vacuum cleaner upstairs in the main house because I've got a vacuum cleaner on each floor. Or at least I've got some more vacuums on the first floor. So that, because I don't have to take them upstairs. Right, so we're going into very dark parts of the house now, aren't we? Just quickly going in the messy utility room. Just give it a really quick once over because I forgot to vacuum it earlier in the week. It's a very, very quick speed vacuum, this is. This is speed cleaning by the seat of my pants. I was debating whether to do a home workout, which I also like to do. I used to try and do that in the morning as well, but I didn't have time this morning, so I thought I could do that this evening. And then I thought, well, vacuuming is a workout. So if I do this, I not only get the workout, but I also get the house clean, which is an added bonus. Whoops. Henry's tangled. The messy kitchen is a little bit messy, but you know what, I'm not going to look at the mess or the fact there's a dog bowl on the floor. I'm just going to vacuum. The secret when you're doing speed cleaning is to focus on one task. And so for this 10 minutes, my task is vacuum. Even though there's lots of other things, there's always lots of things to do, aren't there, around the house. The timer on my wrist is going off, but that probably means I've still got another couple of minutes. So I set that one for 3 minutes when the barn one still had 5 minutes on it. Oh, I think I've gone as far as I can go actually. I think the cable is limiting me how far I can go. Just vacuuming the puppy's bag. They always seem to make a mess. They chew things on there. And they like to lie in front of the Argo. They got really wet this morning. Was it yes? One day this week anyway. They were playing in a muddy puddle. So they were like, and then they had a bath. So they were drying off in front of the Argo. Right, I think that's enough. Oh my goodness. Henry, you are a monster vacuum, aren't you? That is quite a workout, I must admit. That is quite a workout. Do you know, I think I'm going to take a little breather and feed the goldfish, who are very keen to be fed. Let's give them a little bit of food. I'll just get my breath back. Oh, how bad is this drawer? This is one of those drawers that things just get shoved in. It's not actually that bad. Right, I am going to unplug Henry from the other room. Oh, there's the timer going. Good. I do need to get my breath back. That is quite a physical workout. I should have set it as a workout. It's really short-sighted of me. Do you know what? I'm going to go and switch the timer off, but I'm going to put the cable in here. I think Henry's going to come and live in this cupboard. I think Hetty's going to go over the way to the other barn. Because I think Henry is better placed in the larger space. He has a nice long cable. Normally I would have had to unplug twice on that instead of just the once. Right, let's pitch the lights off. Oh, there's the tripod I was telling you about that my husband set up for me. So I'm looking forward to having a go with the tripod. Oh, that timer's still going. It's very persistent. Just picked up a bottle of water. Oh, thank goodness it stopped. Good. I must take this mat across actually to the other barn. It belongs in the other barn. We've put grey mats into the other barn because the floors are dark grey. Right, I'm very organised tonight. I got my mop bucket ready. And I thought, since my main focus tonight is in here, because I did the other part of the house a couple of days ago, I'm going to fill the mop bucket in this beautiful sink. Because there's quite a few of you have commented, I don't seem to be using this bit of the house as much as you think I ought to be. I think that's just habit. Spent so long in the messy little kitchen that I'm just in the habit. Right, and I'm going to be using flash bicarb soda, which is my favourite. But I need to buy another one of these. I really love this one at the moment. I love the fresh fragrance of it. It's definitely my favourite. The others don't just smell, I don't know, I don't like them as much as this one. Oh golly, that's needs to wipe down. Just spotted another job that needs doing. Just going to get a little cleaning cloth, and while I've got that bicarb soda in there, I think I'm just going to wipe down this. Somebody spilt something on the marble and not wiped it up. I suspect it might be my husband because he's been making himself lime cordial to drink in the evenings. And the lime cordial is right there, and it's where it was spilled. But who knows? It might have been me. Right, anyway, I mustn't get too sidetracked by wiping down the surfaces. Let's just keep going with the mopping. The mop bucket is full of nice hot soapy water. So where should I start? Golly, let me just reset my timer. It thinks I've gone 2 minutes over, but I was actually just having a breather. Do you know what? I think I'll just start here. I'm not going to be perfectionist about it. Let's just start. I'd really like to get all of it done in 10 minutes. Whether that's achievable, I don't know. It is a very big floor. Do you know what? I'm just going to start in here and get these baskets out of the way. Get my cable off the floor so I don't wet it. I'll just go for it. I should have brought the mop bucket through really. This floor is not particularly dirty because I've put the mats down a bit, otherwise it would be filthy where the puppies go in and out. But they don't tend to spend much time at this end. This is my end. And I tend to do my housework in my indoor shoes pretty much 100% of the time. So I always change my shoes if I'm going outside. That way I keep them nice and clean. These are my indoor trainers. I follow the Fly Lady cleaning system. One of the fundamentals of the Fly Lady cleaning system is that you wear lace-up shoes in the house. You have a pair that you just keep for that purpose. Ideally they should be comfortable because you're going to be wearing them a lot. And these are incredibly comfortable. These are probably one of the most expensive pairs of shoes I've ever bought. But you know what? I spent so much time in them. And it was an investment for my feet because I was having a lot of foot problems. And it was down to my footwear. And since I've had these wonderful, wonderful wide foot trainers, my foot problem has completely resolved. Right, okay, that's going to do for there because it wasn't particularly dirty. I'm coming in here now. I am going to set this as a workout on my watch. So I can see how many calories I've burnt mopping. Oh, there's a lot. I'm getting down to the corners and I should have vacuumed in there. There's quite a lot of dust in there. My husband did this floor last week, so hopefully it won't be too bad. And I've bought lots of extra mats in the last couple of weeks to try and reduce the amount of muck that the puppies are dragging in. It's quite a difficult floor to mop this because it's a stone floor, and although it's sealed, it's still quite porous. It maybe needs to be resealed. It was probably sealed 3 years ago, and we try not to over mop it because I think every time you mop it, you take some of the sealant off. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think if you over mop a stone floor, you could do more harm than good. Tiles are much easier. They're much easier to look after. Stone is harder. In fact, actually, with hindsight, this was not a good choice. Although it's a lovely light floor, it shows the puppy toe opens terribly and the dirt absorbs into the floor. It's not got a shine to it. It's a very matte sort of porous finish. It's a sandstone floor, and I should have known better really. Of course, when you're doing these things, it's supposed to be very hard wearing, but people don't always tell you the negatives when you're buying a floor. And actually what we've learned is that darker floors are much, much more practical if you're going for stone. And we've put in the new barn, we've actually put a tumbled Jaipur limestone, which is a dark grey. And that is so much more practical. So much more practical. It doesn't show the puppy paw prints. It obviously will still need to be mopped, but this floor very rarely looks clean. It always looks dirty because it shows every little mark. And it almost needs to darken because it's just not a practical for everyday living. It's wonderful with the underfloor heating. But it was when we first fitted it, I think it was less high maintenance, probably because it was better sealed and it wasn't absorbing the stains. Whereas now I think maybe we have reached the point where we need to reseal it. Or maybe I shouldn't be mopping it. Golly, do you know anything? Can you help me? Do you know anything about stone floors? And they're okay, politically a sandstone floor. This was supposed to be a good choice. And actually they sell this, it's also sold for outdoor paving, this particular type of sandstone. So I thought it would be very, very low maintenance. I think it is just the colour and the fact it's quite porous. And I can see all the puppy marks on it. To be fair, until we got the puppies, the floor was holding up really well with the older dogs who were not coming this way to go in and out. They were going a different route. But because of the puppies, we've had to sort of adapt things. And obviously the older dogs weren't going out nearly as often. So actually the floor was fine until we got the puppies. The puppies have definitely created a lot more maintenance on this floor than we previously had, because nobody was walking on it with dirty feet. And so the floor looks pretty pristine. But there has been quite a deterioration in it in the last, I don't know how long we've had them now. I think they're 17 weeks old. And we got them at 10 weeks, so we've had them 7 weeks. And boy, has this floor taken the wear. I think we've just got to accept that, because at the moment this is just how things are. Just got to try and keep on top of it. And maybe we might have to, when the puppies are older, reseal it. Or maybe we need to reseal it more urgently than that. I don't know. I probably need to actually drop some water on it and see what's happening, if it's actually sitting on the surface or if it's soaking in. It's better in some places than others. That's all I would say. The fact that I'm struggling to get these dirty marks off does suggest that the dirt has absorbed into the floor. I know it has in the very high traffic areas. The floor's actually changed colour. So yes, if you're considering a stone floor and you have dogs or it's in a high traffic area, I would steer away from limestone, and I would go for a Jaipur I would steer away from sandstone, and I would go for a Jaipur limestone floor. I think they're far more practical, in my experience, of having now 2 stone floors in the last few years. But yes, this is lovely and light, and it's really nice on a sunny day. But it is hard work to look after. And although I'm mopping it, it's not actually looking any cleaner. It's just that things are actually absorbing into it. Right, golly. The water's dirty though, so I must be doing something. Maybe I need to change the water actually after the next go. You know what, I'm going to go and mop the dirtiest bit, and then I'm going to change the water. Oh, the bit by the fire is always really dirty, because the dogs, like you can see, there's like a trail where we walk and where the dogs walk. One of our dogs used to love to lie in front of the fire, so in front of the fire is quite mucky. Unfortunately, the tiles that we put here seem to be absorbing dirt as well, so they unfortunately seem to be quite porous. And they are quite old reclaimed ones. I think we had them down somewhere else. We did actually. We had them down. They were down in the part of the barn that was part of the house when we did the building work. We took them up and we managed to reclaim some of them. So they have been through a building project. So it's not surprising they're looking a bit worn. Right, this is the high traffic area that gets the most dirt in it. You can literally see where the dogs and the people walk. That is part of the thing with stone, I think. If you go into a church, you can also see where people have been walking for sort of hundreds of years, thousands of years in some cases. It does age, it changes. And the bits that get walked on the most change colour. What we could do with is a more even discoloration. Right, golly. I don't know if I'm going to have time to mop it all of it today. I think that might be nearly done now, so I'm not going to change the water because I've just heard the timer giving me a 1-minute warning, and I'm still doing the dirtiest parts, which are where people walk, which are the high traffic areas. Do you know, I think I'm going to have to save the rest for another day because I'm tired. I want to rest. Right. Golly, this is bad over here. Maybe I need to actually get a bit more water onto the floor. Right, well, do you know what? There's water. The water in the bucket is dirty, and it was clean when we started. So that means some of the dirt that was on the floor is now in the mop bucket. So that's progress. I'm happy with that. Is it perfect? No, it definitely isn't. Do you know what? I'm not going to empty the dirty water down my nice brass sink. I'm going to stick it down at the sink in my messy utility room. I'll just leave it there for a minute while I go and sort my timer out. Oh. Anyway, thank you for joining me for the latter half of my Freshen Up Friday. Sorry it didn't come out as one video this week. What I might do is try and join the two parts together so you can do it with me in one video. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Oh, it's reward time now, isn't it? God, I can get to rest. Anyway, it's looking a lot better. Things are getting there. We are getting there. I'm nearly ready for the weekend. So look, I just need to put my flash away now, but we're getting there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the videos. If you are, please like, comment, subscribe. It's really appreciated. And please share any tips you have about maintaining stone floors with me. Because I am struggling with this floor at the moment. Golly, I might have to mop the floor in the other barn tomorrow. We've got quite a lot of floors to look after. Anyway, bye for now.